Hello, hello. It's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to my last day of 12 days of Christmas. I've been doing daily videos every day from December 1st through the 12th, sharing sneak peeks with you from the upcoming mini catalog and celebration. Both of these start January 4th. And I'm all distracted now. Both these start January 4th. And in combination of showing you sneak peeks, I have been revealing 12 days of Christmas gifts. I had a 12 days of Christmas gift box in which some people opted to receive wrapped gifts, 1 through 12. And so today I am unveiling the last gift. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed their boxes. I enjoyed so much being able to be part of your Secret Santa and being able to help you do this and help you celebrate this season. So I hope that you've enjoyed your boxes and the sneak peeks. Of course, all the gifts that I've shown each day over the last week and a half have been things that you can get on my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. So if you didn't do 12 days of Christmas for yourself and get that gift box, you can still get all these things and you can still wrap them up for yourself or have somebody else wrap them for you and enjoy some 12 days of Christmas. Okay, are you guys ready to see what gift number 12 is? If you got your gift box and haven't opened your gift, I've given you enough time. I'm about to spoil the surprise. This one's not wrapped again because I sent all the wrapped gifts. Okay, gift number 12 is blender pens. This is an accessory that has been in the catalog ever since I started as a demonstrator over 20 years ago. And if you're not familiar, blender pens are meant for blending and watercoloring. And you got 3 different markers with the same. They're exactly the same. You have 2 tips, which are also exactly the same. And so you can use them and run the color out and then use them over and over again. So you don't have to just use one color per tip. You can reuse them as much as you want. So these are acid-free, Xylon-free, dual tip brush markers. I'm trying to see if it says what's in them. I think they're just a glycerin pen kind of thing to blend watercolors. So today we are going to do a little watercoloring with the awesome Otters stamp set. This is a stamp set that's coming out in the Celebration promotion. So you can get this one for free with a $50 order during Celebration. And I am going to use the watercolor pencils to color the otter. We have 2 different watercolor pencil assortments, watercolor pencils and then watercolor pencil assortment 2. And they're different because they have different colors. So we do have basic kind of colors, like a red and a pink and a yellow and a green, but these are just different reds and oranges and yellows. And so these are some of our core colors in here, and we have a nice assortment. So if you like to watercolor, you're probably going to want them both. These are watercolor pencils, so they blend easily with watercolor. So we're going to do a little stamping here. And when you're stamping and watercoloring, you want to use the StazOn black ink pad. The StazOn is a solvent ink, which is different than our dye-based inks and also different than the Memento ink. So the StazOn is what you want to use for watercoloring because it is water resistant, so it will not bleed when you use a blender pen or a watercolor brush over it. The Memento is a hybrid ink pad. It is, let's see, it says acid-free, fade-resistant, water-based. So if you're using the Memento ink pad and you try to watercolor, then your lines that you've stamped might smear and bleed because it's a water-based ink. So this one is good for watercoloring, the StazOn ink, and the Memento ink is perfect for Stampin' Blends, which are alcohol markers and shouldn't run those lines and bleed, okay? So StazOn for watercoloring, Memento for what did I just say? Alcohol markers. Now, I will say that I don't like to use StazOn on photopolymer stamps. I just feel like it is a rougher ink, and photopolymer stamps are a little bit more sensitive. So thankfully the Awesome Otters is a rubber stamp set, so we're not going to have any problems watercoloring with the StazOn. And usually you see me use the Memento because it is a lot more gentle on the photopolymer stamp. So usually I use Memento all the time, but for watercoloring it's going to be StazOn. So here's another little tip. Your StazOn pad will have a little like plastic cover, and I use Stampin' Dimensionals to just glue that cover inside the lid so that when I close it, that plastic cover is covering the ink pad and protecting it from drying out. But also it just comes off very easily, and I don't have to get my fingers all inky trying to remove that plastic cover. So use some Stampin' Dimensionals or glue dots or something to stick that inside your lid. So I'm going to stamp this on this die cut. I used the Stitched So Sweetly dies to die cut a little label for our otter. And I'm going to use some colored pencils here. So I've got Early Espresso and Real Red. I'm going to do Real Red for the nose. And Granny Apple Green. When I was trying to decide on colors for this challenge, I thought, you know, I just issued a color challenge a week or two ago in Julie's Stamping Spot Share and Connect group on Facebook. And the colors were Granny Apple Green, Bermuda Bay, Pool Party, Poppy Parade. Is that 4 colors? Poppy Parade, Bermuda Bay, Pool Party, look at my fingers, and Granny Apple Green. So I thought it'd be fun to use those colors on this card. Now that I'm saying that, I realize I am using Early Espresso for the otter, which was not one of the colors. So, oops, that's okay. The creative color challenge is really just meant to inspire you, and it's not like it's not a hard and fast rule. If you don't have the colors, you can use similar colors. It's meant just to inspire you and get you to stamp. So I hope that you'll share your cards over there for the color challenge, because I do prize drawing for everyone who participates. And I have to admit, sometimes it takes me months and I get behind and I just do a whole bunch of drawings and give away prizes. But eventually I do a prize drawing. And so you'll definitely want to be part of that by sharing your cards over there. So the link is in the video description to connect with me on Facebook. And I hope that you do head over there and check out. We have a lot of great sharing that happens. All right, well, I'm talking and coloring at the same time, but can you see what's going on? I colored with the pencils first, and then the blender pen, it's like magic. It just smooths out that color and fills it in. So I was not very like particular and neat when I did my coloring. It kind of was scratchy, but the blender pen just forgives all of that and blends and smooths out that color and also kind of brightens it up a little bit too. So I love using the watercolor pencils. I don't really do it enough. And then blending with the blender pen. And you can see it is coloring the tip of my pen, but you can take some scrap paper and just brush that color off until it runs clean again. And then you can switch and do a different color, like the red and then the green. The watercolor pencils and blender pens would be perfect for a stocking stuffer. So if you are still doing some last minute shopping, the last day to order with Christmas delivery, I believe, is tomorrow, the 13th, or maybe it was the 15th. Either way, you want to order as soon as possible for Christmas delivery. So if you want to get some watercolor pencils and blender pens to stick in your favorite crafter's stocking, then I would advise doing that right now. You can go over to juliedavison.com/shop and shop in my online store. Oh my gosh, we've got this cute little otter. I really couldn't decide which image to use because I do love them all. I think we need to color that water a little bit. Let's see which one of these has some Bermuda Bay. Ah, that one. Oh yeah. You could, if you wanted to, like really just color in the whole thing. Is this gonna look weird? Oh, it's gonna look weird with just a little color. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe we do need to go around him a little more though. I'm gonna do some like scribble, scribble, scribble. I wasn't planning to color the whole thing, but I think I need to now. Oh my gosh, did I just ruin it, you guys? Maybe I just need to add more of the pencil. Okay, I'm not sure that I like the blue all around him. And by the way, for best results, I would suggest using the thick white cardstock or the watercolor paper. That would be even better. All right, I'm not loving this, but it's good that I have a backup. I colored ahead of time just in case I messed up. Sometimes I'm organized like that. All right, how about another little sneak peek? In the celebration offering, we've got this paper. It's called Simply Marvelous, and we have marble in different colors like pink and Highland Heather and yellow and Coastal Cabana and Smoky Slate and Pool Party. Maybe that's supposed to be green. Let's see. Balmy Blue, Basic Gray, Blushing Bride, Bumblebee, Coastal Cabana, Flirty Flamingo, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Misty Moonlight, Pool Party, Smoky Slate, and So Saffron. Look at this other side. It's like this silk. It's like a liquid. Oh my goodness. How beautiful is that? I wondered if this was too like realistic to go with our otter. But I did try stamping on the other side that has like more texture on it as marble. So let's take a look at what that looked like. I used another sneak peek product. I used the Gentle Waves background stamp and added it to the designer paper. And honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not so sure about this stamp. I think it sort of hides the I think it muddles the waves and it muddles the paper. So I decided instead that I would stamp the Gentle Waves on Bermuda Bay cardstock. So it's just Bermuda Bay ink on Bermuda Bay cardstock. And so I'm going to use this piece. And, oh, I was trying to decide on a card base. I was trying to stick with those colors. So I've got either Granny Apple Green for the card base, or we could go with the Real Red for the card base. But that's not really a full card base, so I'm going to have to cut another one. Leave a comment and let me know which one you think I should use for the card base. Should I go with red or should I go with green? I'm leaning towards the green, so I'm going to cut a little piece of cardstock and do a new card base, but I'm going to see what your comments, I know there's like a little bit of a delay, so let's see what you guys think. And I'm going to cut this green one. Yeah, Tony says Granny Apple Green. And Cecilia likes the Granny Apple. So does Linda. I agree, I think. The red is almost like his little nose is red, and I feel like that's not enough to tie in the red. Let's see. Felicia says, if you stamped the otter on the marble DSP, I think it would look like he was in his element. Oh, like just stamping. Well, let's try. I love being live where we can try. We can try some things. Let's see what he looks like. That's kind of fun. Our otter is blue though, so we'd have to do some coloring. Oh, I just used the StazOn. I wonder what it would look like if we used the, I wonder what it would look like if we used Stampin' Blends to color our otter. But we use StazOn here, so let's just do a quick blend and see what we think of our otter. That actually is a lot more opaque on the paper than I thought it was going to be. He does have like a little blue streak in his head. And he has a blue tummy, so we'd have to fix that. Cute, I think it's kind of cute. I keep trying to put my pencil back into the blender pen cap. Oops, I still have some brown. Let's get rid of that brown. There we go. This is fun. What a great suggestion, Felicia. Thank you. We have to do a little more coloring because he is blue. See, like for his belly, what would you use? Maybe like the smoky slate? That's basic gray. Let's see. It cuts the blue a little bit. What do you think? Did we get over the blue enough to have our little otter in the water? Oh, Melissa says to use chalk on his chest. That's a good idea. Chalk is another watercoloring tool that we have. And I don't have my chalks near me. I have to dig them out. Okay, let's get back to making our card. It sounds like most of you agree the granny apple. Oh, the chalk marker. I was misunderstanding. I do have the chalk marker. I think with the blender pen, and maybe my chalk marker is a bit dry. Yeah. I think it's time to replace my chalk marker. I don't even remember the last time I used it. Do you guys have a chalk marker? It definitely should be more opaque than this. All right, I'm going to add that to my next order. Time to go shopping. You guys enabling me just as much as I enable you, I think. Okay, let's get our card put together here. We have our Granny Apple Green card base. We're going to do our Bermuda Bay waves with the gentle waves. Oops, that one's out. I think I have one on my desk. Hello, adhesive. I don't have as many as Mom. That one's out. Here we go. There's a good one. Bermuda Bay. This is about 2 1/4 inch by 5 inches. That's going to go at the bottom of the card. And then I'm going to do, I love this ribbon. This is the ribbon we used on yesterday's box, the little Valentine. This is the new red faux linen trim that goes with that Valentine suite. And so I'm just going to use a little bit underneath the card, just to kind of like a little pop of red. So let's use some tear and tape to hold that down. This is my favorite trick with ribbon, is to use a little bit of tear and tape to hold that down. And then this can go on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And originally I die cut another label from the Stitch So Sweetly to incorporate that pool party, but ultimately I'm not sure that it fits quite right. So we're going to stamp the sentiment directly on the card. You know what we're going to add here though on this fish? I think we need some Wink of Stella. Actually, maybe we'll do some Wink of Stella on his belly. Nope, on the fish. Both. Oh, I love having a little bit on the fish, but I think his belly might need a little bit too. What do you think? Let's just go ahead and paint around here. This makes him a little more dimensional now. We kind of have him pop out a little bit because he's got a little sparkle. And then our sentiment is going to be, you are utterly, I love the pun, you are utterly awesome. So let's bring out this Stays On. I love that this Stays On is really like a nice true black. So that is definitely a perk of the Stays On ink. You are utterly awesome. Oh, there's our finished card with the awesome otters and the blender pens and the Stays On ink and the watercolor pencils. I hope that you like this project idea and that I have inspired you both with the watercolor pencils and blender pens and also with our fun new awesome otters stamp set. I am so happy that you joined me for today's video. I'm really excited to announce that I have a new daily video series to finish out the year. I haven't really been paying that close of attention, but my 18-year-old son has been, and he told me that I just surpassed 2 million views on YouTube. How exciting is that? Just like last week, and I wasn't even paying attention. So thank you all so much for being part of that. 2 million views. It kind of blows my mind. Thomas is going to help me with a special new video series. Next year, we're going to premiere our new weekly video series called Project Playback. And to kick it off, we are going to do a daily video series for the rest of December to count down our top 20 or 21 projects of 2021. So we're going to edit some videos and do a project playback, a little rewind on all of our favorite projects and reshare them with you again. This is a fun project I'm working on with Thomas, and I'm really excited about it. And our goal is to, by the end of the year, reach 20,000 YouTube subscribers. So if you're not already a subscriber, I hope that you will subscribe to my channel, Julie's Stamping Spot, and you'll get to see all these fun videos that we plan to share every single day from now until the end of the year. So I will see you tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time with the premiere of Project Playback, and then again tomorrow at 7 and every night at 7 for the rest of the year, a Project Playback. And then Tuesday, I have the Great Big Card Swaps Showcase. So be sure to come back then at 7 p.m. Central Time. We are showing winter cards today, and it's not, or on Tuesday, it's not too late to participate. So if you want to send in cards for the Great Big Card Swap, there's another video showcase on Tuesday, December 28th. So mail your cards now, because who knows how long it'll take. Okay, so we have Project Playback every night from now until the end of the year, Great Big Card Swap on Tuesday, and Thursday Stamp Therapy on Thursday. So lots of reasons to come back and visit and watch me stamp this week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye.